Let's get going setting up a virtual machine on the Google Cloud. I'm going to type in the address cloud cloud.google.com. Here we go. And I am going to sign in with my Gmail address, which hopefully you've already set up. Good, we are in. At the top right, there's something called console, so click on that. Once you've clicked on that, you need to set yourself up a project. Where I'm hovering the mouse, you will have something like a new project or something like that. I've already set up the project, and you should create a project with a sensible name by clicking on New Project, giving it a name such as AML or AML1, and then clicking OK on that. Once you've done that, you can now make sure the project is actually selected over there. And when you're ready, then let's move on. We're going to add a machine, to a virtual machine to this project by clicking on the navigation menu at the top. We go down to the compute engine and click on VM instances. Now, that came up pretty quickly for me. For you, it might take a minute or two because it's attaching the virtual machine API to your project for the first time. Once you're ready, click on Create. I'm going to give the name of this machine, I'm going to call it AML1. I'm not giving it a label. I'm going to leave it in the US Central 1 region. I'll show you the pricing a little bit later on. The machines there are cheaper than the machines where I am in the UK. The series of the machine, I'm leaving it as N1, and the machine type I'm leaving as N1 standard, which is 1 CPU and 3.75 gig. If you need more compute power later on, you can just stop your instance and edit it and choose something more, but certainly this is okay to get started with. The boot disk here I am going to change, so I'm going to click on change. Instead of Debian, I'm going to go for Ubuntu. And instead of 1604, I'm going to go straight for 1804 because that has Python version 3 on it. Finally, I'm going to use a 30 gigabyte hard disk instead of the 10, which comes as standard. That's it. Select. I'm going to allow HTTP traffic and HTTPS traffic, and I'm going to create that machine. Now that I've created the machine, there are two more things I'm going to do. The first one is this external IP address for the machine. It's currently dynamic. It will change every time you turn your machine on and off. That's a little bit of a pain. We're going to make it static. The second thing we're going to do is to allow your machine to communicate on all ports with incoming traffic. That's a bit of a dangerous thing to do, but since you're not storing anything confidential on your machines, you should hopefully be okay. So here we go. We're going to go down to the navigation menu. Where do we go? Let's look at the external IP address. It currently says ephemeral. I'm going to change it to static. I'll give it the name AML1. That's done. The second thing I'm going to do is add a new firewall rule. The new firewall rule is going to be the one which allows all traffic. I'll call it traffic on all ports, AML1. What do we have specified? I'm going to go all instances in network, and for the source IP range, I'm going to put 0.0. I'm going to type in what it says over there. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros with a /0, and I'm going to allow all ports create. So we've created that firewall rule. That's all we need to get going on our virtual machine. If I go back to the compute engine, VM instances, there's our machine. There's our IP address, but I can click on SSH and hopefully I'm going to enter that machine. It might take a minute or two to connect. And there we are. We are in.